Okay, I think we can go ahead and kick off now. Been having a nice long chat with the news source, who seems to be pretty much on what's going on. Again, that's part of the security issues, like not doing anything, no screenshots of what he's doing, no name. I'm perfectly honest, I'm not entirely sure about gender, but it doesn't matter in this case. But fill in a few gaps here and there. Turns out that it looks like maybe I, in my blustering, did actually save Indy from being getting a situation down in L.A. I'd like to say up front, no, Alana was not a knowing participant. She was being used as bait, but she wasn't a part of it. She was, they found she was going to go down there, maybe meet up there, and certain elements start pushing. Hey, you two should do a video together. That'd be perfect, yeah. And then of course a couple other elements that would just happen to run into them, and the gangbang would be on. It's like, one, I think, Lana, that shows how little these guys think of you. That you would go along with something that crass right off the bat. I mean, again, all credit to you for being a proper friend and just meeting with Indy and chatting and talking her down for this craziness. But yeah, let's pick up where I came in here and see. But let's see, scroll down there. But agreed not to post any screenshots or anything. No, it's okay. Yep. Not even going to say their handle. But also because apparently the powers that be behind the throne are watching everybody and blocking people just on hunches. So reading writing styles enough, although apparently they don't know dick about writing styles because they keep blinding people who have never contacted me, have nothing to do with this. So apparently they're trying again with what I'm calling the Manchurian Candidate approach for setting Indy up on a date. This was apparently what Gazer came across. Tried to get the info to Indy, but apparently somehow she went from leave him alone, he's fine, and actually answering his stuff right up and DM and helping him through a lot of stuff, to suddenly he's persona non grata. Because I'm guessing that when passing on that psychologist post, and I saw him being blamed on me and him being accused of being me. So I saw where that started. Me, I personally saw that. I'm not being told. I saw it. What?
Bob, your live stream. Why
Yes.
are you worried about me?
Because you said something. What?
Now I can't get to my regular pads. The ones that are down by the toilet.
Oh, Jesus. Slight pause here while I find something for her. Will you give me a damn minute? I'm not gonna do a chair stream. Okay, hold on.
Bob, I'm trying to get...
And I will hold on. I'll be there in a minute. This is what I gotta live with, people. Oh, This will not take long, so let's go ahead and drag this old bit goodie here. And I'll be back shortly. That magic day has arrived. A major studio wants to buy the film rights to your book. Congratulations. Now the first thing you must realize is that people in Hollywood are insane. It's probably something in the water.
Oh, wow. Love ya. Let's do lunch.
The following is the correct procedure when selling movie rights. 1. Go to the state line. Do not touch California. 2. Have the studio reps throw you the money. 3. Throw them the manuscript. 4. Boil money for 15 minutes. Money should not be safe to touch. Have nothing else to do with the film. And now a peculiar thing happens. Even though your book was bought because they liked the story, it will be rewritten. This cannot be stopped. First by the screenwriter, who puts it into script form, punching it up a bit while they're at it.
Boy meets girl, boy loses girl, girl explodes.
Here are a few of the reasons it might be rewritten. Casting department.
We can get Sigourney Weaver for this, but we need a part for a female lead.
No problem. Rewrite. Special effects department.
I've just figured out how to show a Cabbage Patch doll mutilating a herd of cattle.
What pathos? Rewrite. Advertising department.
The Road Warrior look is in. Everyone in chains and leather so we can put on the posters.
Trey Chic, rewrite! Also to this list, we can add the producer's girlfriend, the studio, the lawyers, script doctors, agents, camera directors, choreographers, fight masters, animal trainers, script girls, best boys, grips, caterer to the caterer, caterer's mom, etc., etc., etc. Get the idea? Then, the picture is actually made. This is where the director makes his presence felt. He is responsible for what you, the viewer, see on the screen. Rope lights on! Dancers, take your walk! Sigourney, wave your flippers, and roll them!
I, Robot, take 47. Oh, Father, spare the Earthman. I love him.
Around this time, the author would begin to hear rumors about the production. Say, Harlan, when did you put in the giant mutant devil rabbits? Ignore them. The studio will try to talk to you about special tie-ins.
But Frank, baby, Ellen Dean Foster does all of our novelizations.
Ignore them. Ads will appear.
People call him unfeeling. All he ever wanted was a hand. Now he's going for the gold, and no one's gonna call him nothing anymore. Lord Fowl's Bane, starring B.B. Herman as Thomas Covenant, Mickey Rooney as Lord Fowl.
Ignore them. Finally, inevitably, the movie will be done and you'll be invited to the preview. You can't ignore this, but someday you may be able to forget it. And finally, worst of all, you'll have to deal with the fans.
No, really, I like the movie much better than the book.
Kill them. I hate when they do that. Okay, back to the matter at hand here. So, again, apparently what started this whole thing as far as raising the alarm bells was apparently there was a game of underway to match Indy up with apparently the person of their choosing. He's only been known as R, but apparently Gazer got wind of this. Tried to get the information to Indy, but Indy was having nothing to do, so tried to get the information to someone who could get it to Indy. Mistron. Unfortunately, Mistron is one of the masterminds behind this little scheme, so it's like, whoops. And Orangotropolis apparently has all the screenshots and everything that Gazer had, but in trying to get back in good with these guys, he's thrown Gazer under the bus and denied everything. The weasel, I'm calling him Gollum now from now on. He's like, my precious. That's the thing. Orangotropolis, I don't give a shit what you think now. I would appreciate if you would send me what Gazer shared with you, okay? Let me decide if it's worth sharing or not, okay? You want to be the sniveling little, Smeagol thing, getting close and enjoying it. No, please, mistress, just send this shit to me. I'll deal with it, okay? Anyway. So, yeah. Our Manchurian candidate boyfriend. Apparently, let's see. Apparently, the current one, apparently, don't even know male or female. All they know is longtime fan. Been watching Indy's live stream for a long time. At least it seems like it. Texted Indy on stream just to see if Indy would interrupt the stream. Didn't answer, and sure enough, Indy did. And Mistron and Peterman and Gene all talk with this guy, but Indy's not in on that. You are now. Yeah, whoever you're hooking up with, they're behind it. They're feeding him info again. And it's they're masterminding his whole campaign, Indy. Okay. how he knows all your likes and dislikes and just perfectly catered. It's like you checked out the one dating application, couldn't find anything, and they say, try it again. Magically, this person appears. As if sprung from the brow of Zeus himself. This is perfect for you. Oh, isn't this magical? Don't you fucking think you're getting set up here? That's a little too convenient. They said, check it again. My friend, oh, there he is now. Or whatever. Yeah, I thought joint just to see who's in the area and what type, and then ask what happened. Yeah, that happened. Okay, well, try again. And then, bingo, there we go. And they go, oh, you deserve to be happy. Come on, try it again. It wasn't just some random guy. This guy is engineered. Okay. This person is directed right at you and being primed with all the information they need to get inside with you, and I think probably try and do a group video and, again, televise your rape. That's what they're going for, Indy, okay? And apparently this was the plan down in L.A. But apparently I played a role in fucking that up by shouting it to the rooftops. Because, yeah, again, Lana was bait. She didn't know it. She didn't play along, so it didn't work anyway. But the idea was, they were going to push it. Oh, you two should do it. This is where all this shit's come from, about you and Lana doing a video and then turn into a gangbang. This is what they wanted to do. They wanted you and Lana to hook up and do a video, and then they, hook up with you. And hey, let's do a gangbang video. And again, totally ignoring standards you set for yourself, and Lana got her own standard. I don't know what she does. She has her own guy she fucks. She does what she does. She's not going to do what these guys say. Come on. But apparently, yeah, he's shouting to the rooftops like a maniac actually fucked that up. So nothing happened in L.A. except your vacation went off as you planned. And you had a very nice meeting with Lana. She seems to be a good kid. Okay. I got no gripe with her. But yeah, apparently it's like Gene and Peterman were all ready to jump in. Hey, as long as we're all together, let's do a video. Yeah. And actually, if they hadn't done anything, we'd let them play it out. They probably would have got it because the gig would have been up right then and there. And again, they would have been reminded of what those tattoos in the back of your arm supposedly mean, crazy and violent. So. I am still trying to nail down that violent one, though, because it didn't match up with anything. But maybe someone, I think hot blood was an old time. We'll try that later. Let's see. They always hate me for what I did, but I may have just saved your life, asshole. You might want to appreciate this for once in a while. All right. And apparently, a lot of this started when they got you to block my ass. Because yeah, they hated some of the things I was saying, but you at least talk about it. And always open to talk about it, but then they didn't like that you were talking to me about it. And the second I apparently stepped out of line and asked somebody about, well, come in, get some advice here. You betrayer! He's trying to get you committed! Oh my God! Turn! And then that's it. Then the block fest was on. It usually happens. I'm always first up against the wall when the revolution comes. There's a massive layoff coming or whatever at work or whatever. I'm the first one to get chopped. But I'm not the last, I know that. And at this point right now, it's like everybody else is getting cut off or afraid of getting cut off. They're only listening to these half dozen jackasses. That's it. Apparently, the key ones here are Gene, Mistron, Peterman, and Jeff Rukun. Sick little ghoul. The rest of them are like, oh, they're just playing along. Just because if they say anything against them, you cut them off. Because these are your trusted friends. They're grooming you, okay, with a long-term sense, and they're doing it from afar, but they're doing it, okay. Yeah, apparently Peterman was the one who tried to pose as your ex-high school boyfriend, Brandon, who didn't do his fucking homework. Peterman, weren't you in the fucking chat? when we're going through all of Indy's weirdo bios online and the whole thing of who the fuck is Brandon? I was there on that one, asshole. I even contacted, sent messages to people opposing it saying, this is wrong. This is bullshit. We don't know who this guy is. You're on the edge of a libel suit, jackass. Pull it down. I was there, asshole. Try again, Mr. Superior Intelligence. Dickhead moron. All right. But yeah, trying to get me to divulge information you already knew I had. But the fact that you didn't have it means your phone needs a $3 bill. Try again. All that to try and, get me to try. See, he doxed you. He gave me information. No, not happening. I mean, the Navigator Air Force. Yeah, I worked admin in the Air Force. I know all about document security and all kinds of fun shit, I remember those briefings. It was probably 20 years before your ass, but, I remember little things about, don't do certain things, don't talk about classified projects over an unsecured line, yada, yada, yada. But yeah, when you couldn't even come up with, you're supposed to be ex-boyfriend in high school. Oh, really? What's her name? What's her real name? Nothing. How about what high school? How about her sister's name? Come on, simple shit. Nothing. Which also kind of makes me wonder, because you guys talk a real big, we all information. Bullshit. Because that would have been so easy to fake me out, or at least make it, just play it a little longer, had you just given me her real name, or what her high school was, or what her sister's name is. Because I've already established I do have that information. I'm not giving it out, because I know better. I have that much respect for Indy not to give that shit out, especially to jackasses like you. And yeah, just to follow up to make sure. I ended up doing 4 years of deep dives in her high school yearbook. So to make sure, I felt close as I got was when she was a senior, there was a couple of freshmen, one named Braden and one is like some of them, but I wanted to give them the time of day. Yeah. That was it. I went through a freshman year all the way through. No, forget it. Nothing happened. But yeah, I think it's more likely. No, you DM all the time and maybe even phone calls. But even Lana doesn't have your real name apparently because she showed me a screenshot of text messages and the record of your call. I was like, you're listed on her phone as Indy White, so yeah, I don't think these guys. They're trying to get me to give information. Fuck you. I'm not giving that information. I still consider Indy a friend. I don't do that to friends. I'm not saying like I could really use some hard info instead of people that this happened, this happened. I need like screen caps or something. And talking about back to Gene and his predilections apparently. That was kind of like my date earlier, trying to put those shows together. But apparently there's some, I guess, may have been Discord or some little chat room where it was just Gene, Mistron, a few fans, just talking about how Indy's going femboy crazy. And no, Indy, you weren't around for that one. This was just Gene and Mistron and a few fans and wondering, it's kind of creepy. It's like, look, and Gene, it's like, loves femboys. It looks like one of his exes. And so, they're really kind of little young here. It's like gone from sexy to feeling dirty and underage. And Gene apparently asked him, well, how old do you think he looks? And someone said about 16. Nah, it looks more like 14. Perfect age for me. It's like, and people were like, what the fuck did you just say? And it's like, and then they started booting fans out, and Gene and Mistron hung back and on for a little longer, and then the room was gone. So, and again, it was just a narrow little group there, so nobody else believes it happened. They're just and again, Umpsy said it never happened. Well, you weren't there. You can't tell me it didn't happen. And I've seen too many versions of the story that everything kind of lines up that probably happened. That's why but again, why my general policy regarding Mistron and all the rest of you pervert patrol, I don't believe a word you say. You tell me water is wet, I'd have to double check. But I also find it interesting, Indy, when you were in LA, and you did some videos. I mean, the photo set, the little, because I know you had the dick with it. There's a little bit of play with the dick there, but for the most part, it's like it's all girl stuff. The 2 videos, purely girl stuff, especially the shower. But when you do just the thing, there was no plastic dick to be seen. It was all pure girl stuff. So I wonder if it seems like that's your default setting. And yeah, then emphasize, Lana was not in on this. Do not blame Lana for anything, okay? She's really just about as much a victim in all this as anybody else here. She's being played. And Katie's just trying to stay out of it and stay friends with but this has gotten so fucked up. Yeah, apparently Gene and Peterman, they're both in L.A. and they know it. And they were pushing the online India Hita and make a video, and then they just happen to run into them. Hey, fancy meeting you here. We should go back somewhere and do a video of our own. And no, totally disregarding what YouTube might have wanted to do or not do. I mean, just the fact, like, Indy, you were on vacation. You're trying to get away from this shit, okay? I mean, on the one hand, I'm kind of sorry I fucked it up, but also apparently it's a good thing I did fuck it up. Otherwise, it would be a different story entirely, Yeah, apparently they thought they would hook up with you and Lana and do a big old gangbang video and all have their turn at you. And it's like, no, not happening. But again, also hoping that if he just bumped into you, that he would have known something was up there. And so yeah, they apparently hate my ass. Like, apparently they really hate my ass at this point here, So, God damn, there's nothing working.
You serious?
Yeah, that's my sentiment on the whole thing. Okay. But going on. Yeah, and into this whole thing, here comes Steamy Dreaming. Just thinking he's found a sympathetic ear. He just got out of a horrible relationship. In fact, you want to talk about... His ex gets out of prison in 6 months. That's how bad it was. And to find some... Okay, yeah, all right, Indy will understand. She's been through fucked up situations. She seems sympathetic. Watching the YouTube videos, yeah. Friendly, talking, and then walks into this buzzsaw. And gets immediately start being blamed as being me and everything else. I will give Indy certain credit that knows it's not my style. No, it's not him. He wouldn't do that. But thank you for that much, at least, okay? I appreciate that. So then they started blaming on Lester. All based on basically a couple of typos here and there. Not everyone is particularly fluent in typing, especially if they're doing it on the phone. Okay? Like I said, there are certain little glitches that happen when you're doing the shit on the phone. It'll add in space to the shit, and especially into punctuation of words. Because I'm constantly having to back up a thing to correct and get rid of that. Because I'm seeing a lot of stuff like that and things. And it's clear they're doing it on their phone. It's like one thing. Lester does speech to text on his phone because he can't type that well, and English is not his first language. In a way, it's kind of him practicing the language. But anyone who's gotten DMs from Lester knows they're like novels. Okay. Rarely do you get a text from Lester where it's not 2 feet long. Okay. But Steamy, he's from north of England. Okay, he's living on the Isle of Man now to start over, get well away from his ex when he gets out, and trying to rebuild his life. And he is working. He's getting in contact with his sister again, rebuilding his family relationship, and it's just. And he walks into this crap. And the second he starts jumping down his throat and calling him all kinds of things. Everyone else jumps along, and now the poor man, one of my friends, is getting death threats. Fix this. I didn't know it. Then you're trying to back. No, fix this. You started it, you fix it. Okay? I mean, trust me, it's, not, it doesn't hurt that bad to admit you're wrong once in a while, okay? I've had to do it a few times here. Just get off your high horse. He is not Lester. He's certainly not me. He's his own guy. I've had him on the damn stream, for God's sakes. Look it up. All right. Yeah, apparently these screenshots early on of the chat, it's like they faked him up to try and smoke me out. And yeah, I fell for that one. I'll cop to that. But it also means, Indy, your people around you are sniveling little backstabbing assholes. Okay, you want to do something about that. Okay. The whole thing with the chat was the wrong thing. Whatever. I'm past that now. But again, I posted these things. I didn't fake a goddamn thing. I posted as I got it. Where it came from, I can't talk to that. But again, especially since after talking to Lana, I realized that a lot of it was like overblown. It's like I tried to make it clear. This is what I'm getting, and I'm inviting discussion about it. Someone talk to me about this, so I'm not just screaming into the wind. And again, props to Lana and Umpsy actually reaching out and talking to me. That's for Gazer, yeah. Person I'm dealing with talked to him about 14 months, back when he was still going by Brinstar. And Steamer's not Gazy. Gazer's dead. He watched the stream. And a few hours later, video in his account just vanished, not deleted, removed like it never existed. You've seen that happen before. People think it was because of him killing himself. Twitter took it down to get rid of the evidence. And again, I'm not sure the mechanics of all that, because he was saying he was going to delete his account and everything. But it was just total erasure. It's like I said, he saw it was gone within 4 hours. I saw it within 10 minutes of the last tweet. Now, DM I have with him, like that this account doesn't exist. And I heard about the stream the next day from Lester. But I didn't even get notified about the stream at all. So I don't know where it streamed or what term, but it's saying he was guilty about because people, it's a kid that Indy, you apparently and Gate or Brent would have made a cute couple. It's like because they took a special interest in him for a while. They no, leave him alone. He's fine. Don't bother him. And some people have been talking when you split from your boyfriend, you two should hook up. So they have this cute little bond going. And this guy teased him too because he was a little jealous. But your inner circle didn't like that. We can't have anybody coming this that we don't approve of. We've already got someone waiting there. And so of course they pounce on him like a pack of wolves. Apparently, anybody who actually took a liking to, it's like no, that's Target. No, she's ours. We're paying for that. No. Yeah, again, they're talking about this little final speech before he hung himself. It's like how heartbroken he was, how Indy treated him, and he's wanting me to save her from him because he couldn't, and lost the most special person I ever met. And he's saying he still sees his face. I've never seen anyone look so defeated. And again, he's not sure if you really do believe Gazer's alive and is really Lester. Or just making himself, or if you're just making yourself believe it because it's basically dissociating time. Because recognizing the reality that I don't know how many of us are screaming at you, just unblock him and talk to him, and you could have, and possibly he might still be alive today. That only you can answer that one, Indy. But it's like apparently I'm going nuts. Apparently I did save you from that. This guy, they were staring at you. And then a question about what do I know about it? It's like only the basics. They fed some serial rapist. This guy apparently has done this sort of thing before. Okay. The one they were aiming at you was, apparently regularly, rapes, porn stars or whatever, and just to get his creep on. But they were feeding him all kinds of inside information and getting in there, And this guy knew about the haircut before you posted it. How you going trans before you posted it. How you breaking up with your boyfriend before you posted it. All your likes and dislikes and turn-ons and everything else. And then Gazer tried to get the info to you, but you'd already cut him off by that point. So he tried to get the info to somebody who could get it to you. Unfortunately, they chose Mistron, who was masterminding the whole fucking thing. So much for that. And yeah, apparently, what Gazer put together, he had talked to a woman who was already been raped by this jackass. They were aiming at you. And got in touch with Rangotropolis, and Rango got the full story and took screenshots of everything. But he has since recanted everything and thrown Gazer under the bus and said, it's all lies! It's all lies! Go away, leave me alone! And say, just to get back to you. Just to get back into your good graces. Like I said, he's Gollum, my age, okay? He just wants to get close to his precious. Yes. Oh, you must get close. Isn't that all lies? All lies, not happening. Sniveling little shit. A man died because of you, jackass. At least show some fucking respect, okay? And again, if you still got the shit, send it to me. I will sort it out. I will see just how credible this shit is. Give it all to me. You can wash your hands of it. I don't give a fuck about you anymore. You're a rat. Okay? Actually, it's an insult to rats. Sniveling little pond scum as far as I'm concerned, little dwarf. All right. But this is twice now. They tried to get you into a position to be raped. And they're not going to stop until they have finished with you, okay? So this current one it's another one. This is it could be rare again, but we don't know. But this is the latest attempt to try and nail you vicariously. I don't know what the hell the game is. If they get their jollies off, or maybe they're secretly anti-porn zealots who go around doing this to porn stars to try and teach them a lesson. I don't know. Either way, the damage is still the same. You end up getting raped. Again. And this is not going to be one of the varying degrees. No, this is going to be full on, all caps. I mean, yeah, and they were trying to use Lana as bait to get you down there so they could slide on in and, hey, let's do a gangbang. And up there they go. And it would not have ended well, okay? So all you're listening to are the creepoids. And Lana, Upsy, Katie, they think they're your friends. And Katie's saying, of course, Katie's in Florida. She's out of too much of it anyway. And Lana's in L.A. and Upsy's also in Florida too. So again, they don't have any direct. That's all what they know, what they see online. But it's like part of it is thinking that maybe Upsy, a lot of it is resting on Upsy because this is a lot of on her say of Stami's Lester. Based on a couple of typos. Come on. But worried that if she admits that she's wrong about that, then what else is she wrong about? And it could destroy everything. I think Upsy is fine. You and Upsy will be fine. If you just get on the same fucking page, for God's sakes. And stop listening to these jackasses who keep pushing the femboy shit and everything else, because it's not you, okay? Come on. You know it's not you. And as far as, screens are faked by Lester, I don't think Lester's that sophisticated in this kind of shit to fake that kind of thing, all right? Just compare his type posting with the way those... No. It doesn't work out. The logic is rather faulty in that situation there, okay? And then, of course, the latest turn, Indy, introducing this nice little weird random element of now calling trans people transphobic. This is a nice change of events, isn't it? You're calling actual trans people transphobic, and they're defending me. I say, no, he's not transphobic. We don't agree on a lot, but he's not transphobic. You're play acting. It's another cosplay. You're burying yourself in the part in this one, though. Again, I don't know how much it was unconscious, but think for a second. Why didn't you do a femboy video up down in L.A.? Why was it just straightforward, one video, you're just, flashing your pussy and playing with it, and that's when you're in the shower, doing your shower routine. No plastic dick around. Why was that the way to go? If you're so irritated about people bitching about the implant, why didn't you do a femboy video? Why was your thing to do that? I mean, if you're trying to balance the scales on the 50-50 thing, and again, you did promise that. When you made a statement like that in the video, that constitutes a promise to your audience. You can't just arbitrarily, I changed my mind. No, you better say something about it first. Just. And if anything's going on in chat, I can't see it because I'm not looking at there. Let me get back over here, and I think we can get rid of that. Yeah. You need to do it. These people are not your friends, okay? They are using you. They are trying to get, they're doing something, okay? They're trying to steer somebody towards you to nail your ass to the wall, probably literally. And I'm pretty sure they want it on tape, too. But I think it's also a case of, the best laid plans that they're not going to get so far. But seriously, this is, it's like, yeah, it wasn't quite as involved as we thought, but it wasn't all wrong either, apparently. There were some plans afoot. And like I said, apparently, screaming to the high heavens did put up enough roadblocks that didn't happen. Again, there's no way to prove it. How do you prove a negative, But Indy, come on, all right? Again, I think a big part is like, the one statement, though. I'm a 28-year-old, I got a fully developed brain. With all that pot you've been smoking for the past 10 fucking years? No, you don't. You're lucky if your brain, after all that, you think you're going to alter your brain chemistry that much without fucking up your development along the way? Weed especially, stunts development. So, brain-wise, you're lucky if you're in your early 20s. You're probably still stuck at 18. So, no, you are not. And again, take it from child of the 70s, kid, okay? And especially since, the pot that's around now is a hell of a lot more potent than the shit that was in my day, okay? You may have lost ground for all we know, okay? And yeah, with the the 1 point, then, the online handle of Fractal Acid Fairy, and you said, and I saw the stream, yeah, you waited until college, and then you really haven't been sober since. It's like, yeah, you don't fuck your brain chemistry that much regularly without some consequences, okay? And look at it, consider this: you're still living like an 18-year-old, a very rich 18-year-old. Okay, your lifestyle is still pretty much cheerleader doing amateur porn from the bedroom. Okay. Yeah. My sister had a bong. Okay. It was a small little thing. Look like a little plant. Maybe yay big. Dinky little thing. Pretty sure my mom never knew what it was. Thought, the whole thing. Oh, it's a planter. Oh, anyway, what's whatever. So again, yeah, I know. At some point, my sister, we were again. My dad's was a preacher. We're always in there, but somewhere, my sister went from who used to go to Aerosmith concerts back in the day to Bible thumping bitch. I think, you know. So this is the category of, yeah, you got the family you choose and the family you build, and she's out. Right now, I'd be hard pressed to piss on her if she was on fire. Okay. But that's where we are, kids. Oh, and also, I don't know if you've been paying attention to the little manga that Kikuri is making. There's going to be a little rewrite. He didn't like the last page he posted, and he really doesn't like page 3. And I said, I urged him to just rewrite him. Nothing chiseled in stone here. And I have posted cover ideas, 2 of which I cannot post here. Otherwise, this channel might get slammed. So I urge you to go on Twitter and find them. They're up there. I think there's a sensitive content warning on them now, but at least 2 of them. But I think they kind of, sum up the whole issue of what we're dealing with here. It's, I've decided to title this thing Indigo White and the Temple of Femboys with the proper logo. I can show you the logo I worked up. Well, let's see. We call that up here. Man, I do rather like my graphic. I actually do a pretty good graphics here. Part was, getting the right font, but also, monkeying around with things to make sure it all lines up right, because you just lost a damn program. Okay. Why does everything take so long? Okay. It's like I am trying to keep a certain, bit of sense of humor about this whole thing. So when this whole thing does blow up finally, and we're picking up the pieces, we can't all be friends, okay? But let me go ahead and get that. Whoopsie. Get out of the damn way. God, all right. Where are you? There we go. So let's call this up here. And yeah. I do rather like how this came out. I mean, it just got a logo for Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, but track down the font package, which includes this font and also this one, the titles here. And all I do is just redo this part and then little individual letters and line up everything there. But I thought it came out pretty good. And Indy, if you want to use this for something you want to do, great. I'm happy to share. Well, let me see what we got here. No, 3 and 4 are definitely out. They would get the channel flagged. So I said stop sharing. What the hell? Get out of there. Stop that. Out. What the fuck? Yeah. Okay. Now we got that out of the way. But yeah, I got all 4 things are posted on. Go Kikuri's thing we posted about it, and I have all 4 things that I like the 4th one especially, because I think that really sums up what we're fighting for here. It's the old indies that just looking right at the camera, where that kind of looked like she's known you since the 3rd grade, against the femboy creation indie looming in the background. Well, we will see how this is going here. Now, you're saying that or you're saying because he's naked? Yeah. That one took some work. I'd find a side and say, well, keep the stuffed animals and around her. That's all. Okay, over on the heap. Yeah. But yeah, it's just like, well, yeah, naked always helps in this situation. But that's where we're standing, kids. So it's like, would their scheme in LA have worked? Odds are probably not, but also the gig would have been up, too. Because, no, the fact that Lana didn't do, come with a video on that, despite their urging, that would end. Again, she was there on vacation. Something to remember with porn stars, okay? The reason, one of the reasons why they call it sex working is because it is work, okay? It takes a lot of, especially the way indie works, you got to set the lights up and everything. It is work. She was there on vacation, okay? She wasn't there to work. She wasn't there to shoot videos. She was there to hang out and go to Disney, okay? And other place. She went to Universal and see her sister, visit Lana. And that's it, okay? So no, I don't think it would have worked. Even if I hadn't said a damn thing. Peterman and Gene just would have revealed themselves as perverts. And that, no, go away. We're not doing that. I don't, for the old rule of don't fuck fans, Well, yeah. Lana's got my DM. Oh, she can chime in anytime she wants, but I'll leave that to her because she also apparently behind the line. I'm some sort of transphobe and doesn't even want me interacting with her content. Okay. So okay, fine, whatever. I'm trying to be nice for fuck's sake. Well, again, if they would have given it a chance. I don't know. Let me put this up here. Would they have had to resort to actual physical violence? Who the hell knows? Because again, Indy's like 5'4", 410 pounds. Lana's probably not even that big. So could they have, it would have been real easy to manhandle them between the two of them. But that would have been the end of it, one way or the other. At least for those two jackasses, they pulled that shit. They would have been cut off immediately. That they got in their one turn at her, and that would have been it. And whether or not Mistron, God knows where, would have tried again with that other crew to get something else, I don't know. It's one of those things. Hopefully, we'll never really find out. But again, taking on actual trans people, though, that is a new wrinkle I don't think anybody counted on. And that's going to be interesting how that turns out. Especially if they start running up the ladder to the more prominent trans people like Buck Angel or Marcus Deeb or Blair White or someone like that. I think Marcus and Buck would probably be the best situation because they are trans men. They haven't gotten the bottom surgery, so but try and tell Buck Angel that you got to use the ladies' room. He looks like a fucking biker. Okay. Again, I don't know about. I don't think Chaz does. Chaz do any stuff on Twitter about now? Buck and Marcus are the two that are really big in the Twitter sphere about this sort of thing. And they do take a very dim view of the current trans cult. Because it does reflect badly on them as legitimate transsexuals. And again, all we need is just someone going, because I did reach out to Buck at one point to try and think, can you get a thing? And since his DMs are open at the time, I was able to put a much more detailed thing. And again, that I'm trying to figure out what do I do in this? I wasn't going for a diagnosis. He's not a doctor. But going for that, just thinking, well, whatever, if it reaches somebody with a voice on there, it's gonna blow up bigger and very weird if that happens. But that's just, but the thing is, they changed it. You got to be verified, so I can't even access what I tweeted to him. But yeah, that was a kid. Yeah, that was very. I'm looking for advice for what to do here. I was not betraying you, Indy. I never was seen to betray you. I don't know where the hell this thing got. Which one of these idiots told you I was betraying you and trying to get you committed or something? And whoever did that is lying their ass off. Okay. I was trying to get advice for how I should proceed on this. Again, whether I should, again, maintain my, stance on, or just back off and let the seeds, sprout. But we never got that far because somebody got it in your head that I was going behind your back and trying to. Again, you never fully explained that one. That's the only thing I can figure out what the hell is going on here. That and somebody brought it. Like what happened to Eden. Eden was a totally different situation. All right, well, yeah, you follow. So what? A lot of people are on Twitter, but what is Chaz doing on this particular subject matter? But yeah, and then I did get a response from one. It was a crusty old lesbian. Was trans. She calls herself D-trans now. No, she calls her X-trans, not D-trans, because she didn't really go that far down. I mean, we also didn't do a public and everything, so it calls herself X-trans. I had a nice long conversation with her about this, and said, no, she's not trans. And said, it's a pity she was pretty. What? She totally fucked up herself now. But her conclusion was he was doing it all for clout. In fact, let me go and call that up here. I think there's some pretty good quotes in there. Where is she? Yeah, here we are. Yeah, Yeah, after a couple of bounds because something wasn't going through. Okay, the person like to take your bandages as now your Twitter handle. Recently came out as trans, saying at the ripe old age of 27. Now she's a boy. Diagnosed about 5 years ago with borderline personality disorder, PTSD, OCD, depression, anxiety disorder, and probably a few other gems. Not planning on going on T, doesn't want to fuck up her features or voice, and hates body hair anyway, but is trying to work up the guts for top surgery. Scared of the surgery of any kind, so that's helpful. Also got some history with anorexia and body dysmorphia, which for a 20-something female is not shocking. In response, unfortunately, there's no way to help these people. They have deep-rooted issues that only they can get themselves out of, and sadly, she's doing it for online clout. Again, I'm not calling that, but it's like you're not exactly shying away from it either. But I think it's part of that borderline personality stepping over the border. She's also smoking a lot of weed to keep it going. All I can say is if you throw in your 2 cents worth, maybe keep my name out of it. I'm already on the top of her shit list, but your perspective might be enough to point her back to reality. You never know. He said, highly doubt it. She's a slut on camera for people. It's true. Typical lefty who would scream at me just for giving my point of view or even trying to talk to her. She's too far gone. I'm sorry. Only she can save herself. And unfortunately, the fact that you've gone after trans people who've spoken up kind of proves her point. Okay. And I said, honey, guess how long it might take for trying to be a boy get old? I said, never. For people like that, she's surrounded by people who feed her narcissism. That little cluster of, four jackasses. Oh, you're such a brave boy. You're such a brave boy for standing up to these nasty people. Wake up, Indy. Come on. And I said, any chance my calling out from the sidelines might have planted a seed or two? I said, not sure to be honest. It could, but she's pretty fucked in the head. She's posting some really fucked up shit. Like, step bro, come fuck me. I guess that was one of your comments there. And one thing I come across is nobody ever questioned me. That's like what a lot of detransitioners. There's a common thing with a lot of detransitioners. Nobody ever questioned. They're always affirming. Oh yeah, you go there. Yes, queen. You think you're a boy. You're a boy. Nobody ever challenged them on it. Now, I think, and maybe in this one or maybe one of them, but what finally woke up? They were scheduled for top surgery. They were, and then talking to the doctor, and the doctor asked him, "Why do you need this?" And the answer was just that didn't want to be there. And the doctor, not good enough, so it's not happening. And that kind of snapped him out of it. Other ones just being scheduled for it kind of snapped them to reality. But other ones go further it and ruin their lives. Let's see. Well, who is she to you? And can't you talk to her? We used to DM a lot, but I did something dumb and she blocked me. Again, I'm thinking I ended up writing myself up. But no, apparently not. Moderators certainly don't have her back. Some idiot doxed her a few days ago. No sign of anyone besides me and a friend reported him. Then, during the YouTube live stream, somebody started talking about swatting her house. Instead of bouncing his ass out, one of them starts arguing with him. What did you do? How am I meant to reach out to them and talk to them? If I'd piped up, I'd have been blocked, so not much I could do in that case, although my friend did report his channel. I said, they're too far gone. They're doing it for follows. Nothing can stop it. I said, one possible opening. She's got a boyfriend-girlfriend application on a webpage, mostly for fun, but it is an opening for communication. I said, she's too far gone. She loves it. She's not trans. She's doing it for money. She'll wake up someday. And then I did I had the link to the application there. I'm hoping I can at least keep her off balance enough that she wakes up before doing something irreversible. I said, unfortunately, you can't help her. She's lost. She will have to learn for herself. Well, I'm an eternal optimist. I wish her the best of luck with her, but I fear she's gone. The fame is too much, and all she has to do is pretend to be gay. Her chosen career field seems to be both feeding this and also riding the brakes because she can't just stop the girl content. Yeah. It's a weird situation, no matter how you slice it. Thanks for talking to me about this. It's been impossible to get any feedback from any professionals on this craziness. And it says she's completely ruined herself. It's sad. She used to be so pretty. And at the time, this is back in June, live streaming on Fancy right now, just hanging out, listening to podcasts, and hitting that ever-present bong. And if donations hit a certain point, she flashes her ass. Wonder if part of this is also connecting to being within striking distance of turning 30. Again, thanks for at least listening to me. You're welcome. I hope she wakes up. Maybe, maybe not. But we shall see. That was back on June 29th that I had that conversation. There we go. Yeah, this is my stance right here, okay? And this is kind of where some people are picking up on my thing. He's not a stalker. He's a friend. He's telling you what you need to wake the fuck up, Indy. You start walking off a cliff, a true friend is not going to tell you, yeah, you can fly, flap your arms harder. A future friend is going to yank your ass back and say, no, you're not a bird. Get the fuck down here before you hurt yourself. Let's talk about why you think you're a fucking bird. So, again, I'm hoping, Indy, at some point, there's still something left to put together after all this, okay? I don't think this can be sustained forever. Something is going to blow up at some point. This little tailor-made love interest they've got for you is going to do something to fuck it up. I hope it's not on camera, because they'll eat that up with a fucking trowel. And in the end of all this, hopefully, yeah, we can, finally, connect again. Again, you've got my number. I'm assuming the email I've been spamming all this time is yours. because nothing's been bouncing back saying this doesn't exist, or nobody's answered saying you're fucking you're leave me alone. I'm not here. So I'm assuming it's yours. And I'd resort to putting everything in the subject line, so at least you'd see that before you hit the delete button. And I know you got that birthday card. Lana did say that. I am sorry to upset you, but it was offered in kindness. And I hope the hell you didn't throw it away with that, because there was a $20 gift card from Michael's in there. And again, I thought the card itself was very very apropos. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we're at an hour, so I'm gonna go and wrap it up here. And I think also again I'm gonna go ahead and end it properly. And we will talk at you later.